Hello everybody, welcome to the Empressive channel. Tamar Baxton once again is crashing out over her ex, Jeremy Robinson. Now, this just makes me a little sad because Tamar is one of my favorite singers, one of my favorite artists, period. And even though she's so problematic, I still have to stick beside her because I just want her to win, okay? I want her to get it right. But unfortunately, she's still dealing with some mess, and she's dealt with a lot of mess with her man, Jeremy Robinson, aka JR. Now, for those who don't know, Tamar got engaged to JR after meeting him on Carlos King's dating show called The Queen's Court. And they did eventually get married, which was a surprise to me because I didn't think that they would make it, especially after JR embarrassed her multiple times. I mean, he went on the internet and announced their breakup a few times, yet they kept getting back together. Also, he was tricking on Tommie Lee and he ate her groceries.
I wouldn't take nothing like that serious, my love. That nigga ate my ass and I sent him on his way. I should have recorded his head in my ass. I should have recorded that, but you know, I try to keep the moment personal.
Even after all of that, Tamar still went back to JR. She just couldn't let him go.
And I got with you and we got married and I married you after you ate somebody, you know, whole booty sandwich.
This is just embarrassing. This is so embarrassing. Like, I want Tamar to stand up so bad. Ooh, really, Tamar? Really? Now, recently, Tamar accused JR of charging $1,000 on her card to trick on another woman. She posted this on her IG story. Paid in my face for a 25-year-old, shake my head, took my jewelry, took me to Turks, and all along had a whole tramp. I hate you, Jeremy. Tamar went on to expose JR even more.
So I'm chilling and I'm watching TV and I get a notification that my card got used, look at the date, to the Four Seasons Hotel in New Orleans. Now, I know I'm not in New Orleans. So, yesterday, Rob comes in and he's like, well, it's y'all business now because people saying that I have mental health issues. And guess what? I do have mental health issues, but guess what? I am honest about my journey. And I have been honest about this to this person about my journey. Those of you know who needs extra help with their mental health. It took me, you know, at least 5 years to understand that I need, you know, medication, especially after my sister Tracy passed. Okay. All right. So, you know, me and Jay, I called him and I'm like, yo, you stayed at the Four Seasons this weekend? And he was like, I did. And automatically you got an attitude. And I'm like, what you know what I'm saying? Like, we cool, you know what I mean? No, we don't go together. It's very clear, you know, but we have an understanding of our friendship, right? My card that was clearly was used at the hotel for Mr. Jeremy Robinson and his guest, Miss J. Now, I don't know what y'all want me to do with that. Because when I had asked him about it, you get nasty with me and tell me, go take your meds. So when I posted it, I didn't post it to be nasty. I posted it because he told me, go take your meds. And then I took it off because really the girl don't have nothing to do with it. She pretty and she young. And the truth is all of them are pretty and young. You know what I mean? And the truth is they were both following each other and commenting on each other. And so I just, you know, figured that it was the lady, but it could have been 4 or 5 different other bitches. You know what I'm saying? Because he's my friend and we talk about stuff. You know, it wasn't about that. It really, honest, the truth was about the fact that when I asked you about my card being used on one of your hoes or with a trip with your hoe, you're going to tell me go take my meds. So that's why we're here. And on top of that, so because y'all know, I don't want nobody thinking I'm lying. Last night you tried to cash at me back.
Now, Jeremy responded to Tamar and denied what she said. He said he's tired of her making him look like the villain. And he pretty much put it out there that Tamar is mentally unstable and he left her.
I can't keep being thrown under the bus because someone can't control their anxiety. And someone can't control these delusional thoughts about things that aren't real. In this situation, I'll be very clear. I've been single for the last 6 months. We have been trying to identify what that looks like, closing one chapter and figuring out what it's like to be friends again. I've been very specific about my boundaries. I've been very specific about where we stand as friends. Go date anybody you want. I'm going to date when I'm ready. I am emotionally unavailable to you, and I'm physically unavailable to you. Now, I went to New Orleans. I booked my room at Four Seasons on booking.com and didn't realize that the card I'm using, which also ends in the same 3 last numbers, was tied to something that we booked several months ago. No harm, no foul. We're talking $900. Stop it. While I'm in New Orleans for a funeral, my really good 25 plus year friend who passed away, I spent time with his family. I extended my stay because I needed time to reset. I didn't stay with anybody at the Four Seasons. I'm not seeing anybody. Wasn't on a date, none of that. If I was, you're my friend. What do I have to hide about that? I'll just say cooler heads didn't prevail. And next thing you know, I'm on her story and I'm being accused of things which are just blatantly not true. I have never led Tamar Braxton on. I never will, nor will I. There are people, hate the name drop, but hey, Carlos King, you got me involved in this. You're part of the reason why we became friends. But I've been very clear about my boundaries. I've been very clear about wanting to have a friendship, but not to the extent that, yo, friends don't throw each other on their stories and call each other out on stuff. Like, look, if there was a mix up with the card because of booking.com, yo, that's a quick fix. It's already taken care of. I've already contacted the Four Seasons and they've already issued a refund and they charged my card. It's that simple. Where did this random woman come in that you called a tramp? Somebody I became friends with on Instagram like maybe 3 days ago? It's not cool, man. And the unfortunate reality is I thought that I could be friends and try to maintain some type of friendship, but that relationship is done. And I didn't want to come out and like 6 months ago and be like, hey, I'm single again, because then people are like, oh, you're sassy. What? This is the reason why I did it last time, because of this assumption that I'm leading somebody on and that I'm cheating. I have never cheated in my life. Find a woman that will tell you I cheated on her. It's messed up. And the truth is now there's potential defamation behind it because I don't even know this person. Never met her in my life. Never even had a DM with her.
So that's what Jeremy had to say. And honestly, I think Tamar has not been willing to accept that their relationship is over. There really shouldn't be any issue, but I still think Tamar wants JR. I do. Now, I understand that they were married and Tamar is close to his children, so it is hard for her to let that go. But JR has made it very clear that he doesn't want her. He made it clear the first time when he messed around with her op, Tommie Lee. And Tommie said that he was trashing her.
One thing, JR, you never want to play with me. You don't want me to expose how you were saying that you kicked her out and she went back to her mother's house. Not Mrs. Braxton. Not Mrs. Singer with the sold out tour that JR also told me was flex. It was cap. It was she flexing. She don't have no soul. That shit between me and you was his exact words. The tour not sold out. He said you was messy. He said you went back to your mother's house. He told me a lot of things that he shouldn't tell a stranger. I just met this man less than a week.
After that situation, Tamar really should have left, but she ended up going back to him and she said she actually apologized and asked for his forgiveness. And then she went on to marry him, but their marriage was short-lived because, you know, JR couldn't handle it. He couldn't handle her at that time. So they went their separate ways. However, they still were friends. And I think Tamar was holding on to hope. I mean, she took a trip with him to Turks and Caicos. She was invited to his birthday party and she gave him an expensive gift. So I think in her mind, she felt like JR opened the door for them to rekindle their relationship. However, she made the mistake of not really listening to his words. He made it clear that he didn't want to be with her. And if I'm being honest, I think he was using her for clout. I do, which is probably why he still remained friends with her, even knowing how she is. So he was using her, but also he made it very clear where he stood, but Tamar wasn't willing to accept it right away. But I do understand from Tamar's perspective why she was upset, because he did throw her mental health back into her face, and that was wrong. That's dead wrong. So I can understand why she was triggered by it, and the situation kind of led her to crash out over him yet again.
I didn't, like I said before, I did not mean to post that lady. It could have been it was a casualty of war. It could have been anybody. Because like he told me, he busting down, wop, wop, wop. He ain't even in nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't say he cheated on me. I said you played in my face. Because the truth of the matter is that you were supposed to be here for me, to show up for me on Sunday. And you didn't do that. And just like I told him, like, well, this got to be a two-way street, boo. Like, I can't show up for you and you don't show up for me. That can't happen. And so you decided to extend your trip and didn't say anything to me. When things come out about men, they always say, oh, the woman is delusional. Oh, we wasn't together. Oh, I wasn't leading nobody on. And, oh, they did the things on their own. Come on. How many times have we heard that story? I didn't ask myself to no birthday parties. This person told me right over here at the St. Regis, I want you to be a part of my birthday. Now, y'all got to realize, now the man didn't say the status of our relationship. At that time, we were very much married. Very much married. So I am thinking that, you know, I am pouring into my marriage that is troubled, that, you know, I want, because I love my kids. You know, I love my family. I love you. You know that. You just said you love me. So now all of a sudden, now we not, okay. Now, y'all done seen this man. We're not going to pretend that this man has not been airing me out and embarrassing me for the past 6 months. Y'all see me sit up here and take a bunch of L's and apologize and really try to work toward my marriage and try to, you know, fix shit. And, you know, because the truth is, y'all, so much, I don't even really know. Y'all know when I found out I was getting a divorce and my divorce is going to be final on our trip to Turks and Caicos. Didn't say that. That's when I found out at the bar. I got an email. So let's not do that. Friend, don't do that. Friend, don't do that. You know, the point is that you wanted me to sit back and let you not only use my card. Let's just say it's a mix up. Okay, fine. But now it's different because you're using my card for your extracurricular activities. And let me just keep it gangster. I wouldn't even trip on that. Just like you outside, baby, I'm outside too. Like, let's stop pretending like you is the last of the Mohicans. You are not. You know what I'm saying? It's just not like, oh, I'm addicted to the white meat. Like, it was fine for what I had, but okay. It ain't giving that. And the truth is, I put too much on it because we were married, and I take my vows serious, and I thought that you did too. And I hate that I posted that last night for that 10 seconds that I posted, and now that it's a frenzy today. But the simple fact of the matter is that I tried to call you and I tried to talk to you, and you were so nasty to me. And at the end of the conversation, you're going to tell me to go take my meds. Something that nobody else in the world knew, and something that you tried to weaponize against me. I am not delusional. I am not crazy. I don't have to throw myself on a man. And yes, we have been estranged for 6 months, and everything was just final on Friday. Yes, you were the one who filed for divorce because you were the lawyer. You and I as a couple decided that. Don't make it seem like, oh, I got to leave, because we're not even going to go there. So stop doing that.
I hope Tamar is really able to get over JR, because it seems like she's still not over him, in my opinion. But hopefully this is the last time she crashes out over that man again. Anyway, tell me what y'all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.